Okay, we're going to do some interior and interior plumbing. Kind of like two birds with one stone. We're in the upstairs east bedroom. We're going to work our way down. We're missing a clothes rod right here. Our windowsills are high enough. How about that? So we got some blue tape around here. I think everybody knows what the blue tape is about. I know the builder and my client certainly do. So we're moving along. So east bedroom, bathroom. And this is a lot of receptacle outlets are labeled GFCI when they're not. And a lot of GFCI receptacle outlets are not labeled GFCI. But we move along inside of here and we see the floor around this commode. Looks pretty rad, man. Pretty radical. Moving on along. Boring. So far, and we're looking, everything's supposed to go down, goes down. Hi, Timmy. Okay. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Both of these bathtubs up here, though, have chips in the porcelain finish. And I understand that's repairable, to what I hear. No. This isn't a good example because it's there, but a lot of our door stops are missing. This is the west bedroom. All receptacles work. I've been checking on that. Here we go. Hello. Okay. So this is the west bedroom. This is the Jack and Jill, for lack of a better description. It's not another bedroom, it's the common living area over there. Boring. Okay. These sinks do not have percolators, overflow drains on them, nor are they required. Just be careful. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Now this bathtub in the Jack and Jill with the chip porcelain on it too. Now this one, he's a little unusual because when you turn him on, that's hot. And then you got to come over here to make it medium, and over here to make it cold. This bathtub, the Jack and Jill bathtub, has been plumbed backwards. Everything's supposed to go down, goes down. It looks like people have been testing it. Okay, everybody's got to go sometime, right? Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. This, by the way, in the Jack and Jill, back here in the west bathroom vanity, this is the master GFCI for the bathrooms. If you trip it in the primary bedroom, you got to come up here and reset it. Moving along, and I'm not through yet. Hope this isn't the longest video in the world, but this floor feels pretty good. It had some pretty big holes in it, and the builder was made aware of that. And I didn't see what kind of patches were made. And I understand that my client doesn't have a lot of faith in what she saw. But me here, after the fact, okay, and coming on along here. In the windows, I've raised and lowered windows, tested all these things. And I want to do just one more thing. Let's come in here to the west bedroom. The thermostat is not supposed to be located in a bedroom. Both thermostats are located in bedrooms. Alright? Because you can close the door. Thermostat's a dumb animal. You put it in any temperature you want, and then it will run until this thermostat feels and senses what you asked it to do. People on the other side of the door, they might not be as comfortable. Okay, we just put it into heat. We're cranking this baby up. You want to go to 79? Okay. Moving on along. Again, we had some issues with the difference in the height variances between the stair guardrails and the top step. And we've come in and we've put, I say we, it wasn't me, Then we put a mitered, okay, transition piece all through here, and that, you know, is I can't touch it. Okay, they just did it. I'd like to slide my foot over to show you how it works, but I didn't. Okay, don't want to mess up those poor guys' work. Good men's work. Okay. Downstairs, we do not have, okay, a smoke alarm outside of this door. We do not have a smoke alarm inside the office study. All right, and there's some discussion about that, whether it's required or not in the city. The code inspector is probably okay with that. They're thinking this is not a bedroom, not going to be used as a bedroom, can't be used as a bedroom, and so forth. And so therefore, a smoke alarm is not required. These are all GFCI protected. These receptacle outlets, excuse me. All these receptacle outlets. And we're missing some light bulbs here. We're missing about 3 light bulbs up there. Luminaries. Luminary. Okay. Missing about, but all these are GFCI protected even though they're not labeled as being so. And you can do that. This is on the kitchen circuit. These are GFCI protected and they say so. These are all in the kitchen circuit. Okay. And that's allowable. These are GFCI protected even though they're not labeled. They're on the kitchen circuit. Okay. Look at this. Looks like a beaver been chewing on that, huh? That is pretty rad. You know, this house is almost $1. $1 million and it's and that's kind of loose. GFCI cooktop works. Vent hood works. Now, we've got an interesting, and fireplace works. See that? See that over there? So we're coming on down. And I might as well keep going this way. This is the light. This middle switch is the light to the attic. Be careful about that. Be careful about that because you could be running your electricity, you know, all the time and not ever getting it. 350 is 350. Broil is a broil. Upper oven broil. We'll just start that and see what we can do here. Lower oven broil. Start. See what we can do about that. Then the microwave. There you go. See how prepared I am? I got that kind of wet. I got these crazy lights. Magic lights, excuse me. That's the smartest kid in the room. So I won those. So we go over here, cook time, do 15 seconds, hit start. Now, it's supposed to glow and flash on and off. If it doesn't flash on and off, it's not heating properly. And there we go. You might as well just hang up now. We've seen everything we need to see. There's our magic lights right there. You know how it works? Hot. That doesn't feel very hot. We'll have to try that again. Inquiring minds want to know. You push to get hot water. Let's try that again. Let's take another spin. Hot.
That was some styrofoam. Oh, there you are. Hot.
That's hot. Okay. We're satisfied now. Canceled. Everything's off. All these come on like they're supposed to come on. But something's going on here, okay, with the cooktop. One, it doesn't look very level. It doesn't look very level. Okay, I'll have to bring a stick out here. Two, this is the gas shutoff valve for the cooktop. Alright, well it's good, we know where it's at. But what the cooktop doesn't have, when you have a cooktop that's plumbed in like this, okay, you're supposed to have a sediment trap. You don't have to have a sediment trap on ranges, but if you have a gas oven, those are electric. If you have a gas cooktop, you're supposed to have sediment traps, gas sediment traps on those. That's what you're supposed to have. This is our vent fan. Are you on? How do you know it's sucking? I don't know. Can I hold my card? Alright. Now, there's your fire blocking plate. It's not a fire blocking plate. That's just foil in the shape of a fire blocking plate. So I guess it wanted to be a fire blocking plate, or it intended it to pretend when it grows up it'll be a fire blocking plate. I don't know, but there should be a plate there. The foil cut out in a square to resemble a fire blocking plate doesn't really cut it. Okay, we got some rough spots. Oh, that's just going to be behind the refrigerator. I don't know, man. Just going to be behind the refrigerator. All I know is that little car that I drove over here, that little cart, when you look in the spare tire compartment, underneath the carpet in the back of the car, in the way back, and you pull the spare tire out, it's all painted and it looks just like it does on the outside. And that little car I have, I promise you, didn't cost as much as this house. Here we go. I don't remember being in here. Oh, we're missing our light. How about that? Okay, let's see here. Got a C going. Missing luminary and open junction box in the ceiling in the closet beneath the stairs. There we go. And we're on. We're on time. And we're going. We're moving. We're mobbing and a-groving. Coming on in. Tested all these. They say they're GFCI and they're not. Wait a minute. Yes, I did. It's all dry now. Hot's on the left, cold's on the left. Did I? There's my tape. I was in here. Pointing towards the wall just like I do. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. If you trip the GFCI on this, you got to go upstairs to the Jack and Jill bathroom. There it is. I did run those. It doesn't hurt to check my work. Moving on along inside of here. Some scruffy stuff. This is the downstairs guest bedroom or office. This window's broken. Everybody gets that, okay? And I get it. You can scratch this off from the outside. But why is this window bleeding like this? I believe the seal is blown. It's bleeding on the outside. But if you're losing stuff, well, that's what you're doing. A lot of door stops are missing. Remember when I told you that? Thought I forgot about that, didn't you? Moving on along. This is the half bath. Hot's on the left, cold, and all that. Vent fan. Okay. How you like that little ridge going across there? I feel like it was finished out around the pedestal lavatory. I wasn't really impressed. Okay. Moving on along. This is our clothes dryer, 4-prong electric. We're missing our little screws. The clothes dryer length is not labeled. Okay, GFCI protected, not GFCI protected. Supposed to be GFCI protected, but it's not GFCI protected. Got that ridge around there. Moving on along. Now my client had something with the way that this door works. It's supposed to be frameless or something. So she had a problem with that. Paid extra for it. Okay, we've got a gasket at the bottom, which I like. But I'm just calling your attention that where the door style meets the door side light. I know these things. The door style meets the door side light. There's a big old gap in there. So when you're in there washing your feet and stuff, when they're washing your feet and stuff. This is the bathtub. It was full of water when I got here, so I think maybe the code inspector wants to, check it, stay with it. I did check, so you got a little bit of hot water. I would never tell anybody that I drained it and I've refilled it. I wouldn't say that until I find myself. This is a dilution valve. Now, this is usually for the one sink. It's usually for the one bathroom. I understand that it might have something to do with, it's supposed to be the farthest fixture from the water heater, which I don't really believe this is. So we got a dilution valve that's not the farthest from the water heater. And by it being the farthest from the water heater, in that sense, it's supposed to help dilute and prevent scalding for all of the faucets and all the, showers and bathtubs and that kind of thing. That's what it's supposed to do. But it's also supposed to be on the furthest fixture from the water heater. So, that'll make my report. How we feel about it. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. GFCI, you go upstairs to reset it. Boring, boring. Everything that goes down is supposed to go down. This fan, I've been listening to this thing. I've been listening to you. How do I turn you off? That's how you turn it off. Right here. It's the farthest switch. Does the fan inside of here. And I want to measure that. Okay. Coming in. Now, this thermostat is also in a bedroom. Remember? Did I lose you? You come in late? Okay. Well, I got this one a little warmer. How about that? Okay. Come in a little late. It's in the bedroom. It'll do whatever it can to make you happy. It's just following orders. It's a dumb animal. But also, this thermostat is facing south. This is a southern exposure. You can't tell it on a rainy day like today. And the radiant heat from the sun will come in and influence this thermostat. So in the summertime, the thermostat's going to keep on running and running and running because it thinks the house is warmer than it is because it's reading the heat coming from these windows. In the wintertime, it's not going to keep the house warm because it thinks the house is already warm. So either way, you end up too cold. This electric receptacle outlet in the floor is on the kitchen circuit. And it's okay to have, which is GFCI protected. It's okay to have a receptacle outlet that's on the kitchen circuit if it's in a breakfast area, if it's in a pantry or a butler's pantry, or if it's in a dining area. These are the three areas that is acceptable. But it shouldn't have been, this should not have been on the kitchen circuit. How that affects you personally, individual, with your individual use and everything else, I don't know. But it's just not right. Okay, and this is our fireplace. This is the switch. There's a key in the drawer over there. And there we go. Oh man, the date's over. All right. Now I'm going to measure some heat. We got both furnaces on. This is where I measure heat, carbon monoxide. We had the fireplace on. Okay. Then I'm also going to do a little bit of infrared because if you saw the attic video, previous attic video, there's some certain areas I'm concerned about the insulation. So we're going to see how that all fares.